Hi everyone, my name is Courtney and I am Firefox Studios. Welcome to my channel. Welcome if you're new, welcome if you're returning. This is going to be a Tales from the Tiny House porch edition, or yeah, shot from the porch, but it's my project file edition. I have a big old pile of projects I'd like to show. I guess it's not that big, but I have several things I want to show y'all. I didn't bring everything out, so hopefully I can show y'all some more, you know. Hopefully I'll have more finished that I can show. I don't know, but I'm working on some exciting things and I want to share them with you. And some of the stuff I'm going to show, two of the things I'm going to show are not designs by me. They're other stuff, other types of crochet. And then I also want to show y'all just one thing real quick. My lampshade back here, I don't know if you can see that right there. It's a lampshade. I crocheted it, and then I used about 17 gallons of Elmer's glue to make it hard like a rock. I started this top right here kind of trying to figure out like a mosaic bulb ornament type design, but I got to that like right there and I was like, you know what, I want to lace, this looks like it could be a great like lampshade, and I want a lacy lampshade. And so then I just did the same lace work. It's that same pattern that I have taught here before, same one I used for my curtains, the same one that is the kimono cardigan, one of the very first tutorials I ever put out. Same stitch design, I just did it in the round. That's the bottom here, so hopefully you like it. I love it. It lights up. It looks so cute. It is my prized possession. I got into a moment where making those like light globes and light fixture covers or lampshade type projects became like just my jam, and I wanted to make one so bad. The first one I made was like not good. I'm freehanding it, you know. I didn't have like a pattern to go by, which you know, based on all the like tutorials and things I'd seen, like they're little shorts, I guess I should say, not so much a tutorial. Based on the tutorials, I keep saying that, based on the shorts that I had seen, I would say pattern wouldn't necessarily be needed. Most of them are done with granny squares, but of course I didn't have any granny squares laying around, and I didn't want to make any granny squares to make one. I was trying to do it with either something I already had done or do it completely different type thing. And so here we are with that lampshade. And I don't have a billion of them like I thought I was going to do. I thought I was just going to make one after another, but I sure didn't. So that's the story on that. So now we're moving on, and the next couple of things is actually mosaic. So I'm going to tell y'all about it. So I'm going to start with the one that is almost done. And this is where I need to be going live with y'all. So y'all can help me stay on task and handle all the ends. But this is from Butterfly Lane. This is the fourth design variation, the fourth chart in that set. It's the chart looks like that, so it gives you a full butterfly and then the half butterfly in the one chart. And I did the full butterfly again to finish it out. Now this is obviously not done because we got a billion tails, but here's the deal. Here's what this is. I messed up the dates for my niece's baby shower, and so I am scrambling with like 1 week to complete something because I wanted to give her something crochet. So I've decided to do burp cloths. So it's 100% cotton yarn, and this is a burp cloth. Or it will be. Do just something very simple to give it a clean edge on the side after I get rid of all the tails. I am going to be sewing them in. I'm going to bind them all off with my double my 2-knot bind off, that knotted bind off that I always do. I'm going to do that on the starting side, and then I am going to bring them around to the back, probably knot them again a few more times back here, clip the excess. I do have a video on how you get rid of your tails like that, doing it that way. Because this is a burp cloth, I do not think it would be a good idea to do one of the double borders or enclosed double border, whatever you want to call it, envelope border. I think that would be a bad idea, because this is for, you know, you know what these things get used for. You can throw it over her shoulder and she won't be getting none of that on her. No spit upon her. Hopefully she'll like them and use them, but that's the first one. So this is from Butterfly Lane. Already existing pattern. I have updated the instructions to include how I did part of the repeat to finish up and give the full butterfly at the top of the project. So I did update that chart set with that information. This one is another burp cloth. And all I did on this is I took my Mosaic Hearts pattern. It was released a long time ago. And the hearts are bigger. I've done a few different tutorials for that chart set. So there's, if you look up Mosaic charts or Mosaic Hearts on my channel, as I don't remember the repeats on it, like the size to tell you what playlist it'd be on. Anyway, if you look up the Mosaic Hearts pattern, you'll see I've got a few different tutorials already. But this one is not a part of that chart set. I went to that chart set, and I didn't want to have another big design. Like, I wanted something smaller for this next one. So I went to that chart set and I chopped up one of the charts and ended up making a completely different design with it. Size-wise, I mean, Mosaic Hearts is Mosaic Hearts. So it's hearts, and this is hearts too. But it's a lot smaller than what was in that chart set. So I'll release this separately when I get done. Right now, my focus is just trying to at least get... I would like there to at least be 3 burp claws, like, that I can put a ribbon around and put a tag saying what they are. I would like there to at least be 3 of those for her, you know, part of her gift. So that it's like a set. I'm trying to do a set. If I could do 5, that would be great. But I am filming this as of Wednesday. Shower is on Sunday. So I will be lucky if I get both of these done. So I have to be super, super focused the next 2 days. I can't do anything, which is why there won't be another tutorial next week. Because with this going on, and I've had 2 really bad filming days. I tried to film last week. I tried to film again today for my tutorial that I wanted to release. But we're having technical difficulties with the dog. There is something underneath my house. And it tends to move, apparently, when I sit down. Like, maybe I annoy it so much it has to get away from me. And and so maybe that's what it is. I'm annoying it and it starts moving, and then she starts going. So, yeah. I thought I could salvage the video last week, and I sure did try. But that did not work out. And I don't want the video so hacked up, or having to spend a bunch of time trying to do voiceovers in sections where I can't, like, noise came into the background, like she suddenly started running or barking or something, and I'm in the middle of talking. So it just ended up being a mess last week. I scrapped the video, tried again today. It's not worked out. Something is going on. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna have to do something. Moving on. Next project. This is Happy Crafty Homemaker's new shawl pattern. It's a linen stitch triangular shawl. It is awesome. Very, very simple to do. And I learned through doing this because I sent a picture of this as I was working on it, like saying how much I love this stitch. So let me get up close. See that there? Hey, y'all. So I sent a picture of this over to Heather, the Crochet Witch, and I was like, I love this stitch, linen stitch, you know, I love this shawl. And she sent me a picture back of a project that she was working on. She's just like, this is what I'm working on. And I was like, oh my goodness, stitches look almost the same. What pattern is that? And she said, it's moss stitch. And I was like, oh, well, this one's called the linen stitch. And she was like, Courtney, it's the same thing. No idea. No idea. I've never done the moss stitch or the linen stitch before. But I saw this shawl pop up and I absolutely loved it. I could keep growing and growing with this, but I did run out of this particular color yarn. And I have decided to lengthen mine, that my customization is going to be a mosaic customization because, you know, it's me. I'm going to add a mosaic design here at the bottom of the shawl, and that will give me the extra length, and I'll be able to do color changes, and I'll tie it in with a similar color to this. Like, I will find in my stash a similar color. I do that all the time where I mix in yarns. Like, when I run out of something, I do not run to the store unless I absolutely have to, and I've only absolutely had to one time, and that was fairly recently. So I pride myself in not having to buy more yarn to finish something. Not knocking anybody who does go and buy, like, you do you, but I'm just saying I don't. So I think it is gorgeous how it is. She shows how she does a color change with it. Like, she has a solid version and then the striped version. So she shows you what it'll look like if you do it in multiple colors or if you do a solid. Very helpful tutorial, as all of hers are. They're very well done, as with everything that the Happy Crafty Homemaker does. So I definitely recommend it, and I will link it down below. This is her linen stitch shawl. You will see it. It is gorgeous. I love it. I can't wait to add a mosaic border to it. Or I guess I shouldn't really call it a border because I'm not going to do it all the way around. I'm just going to do it, you know, from the bottom. I shall call it a mosaic extension. I am doing a mosaic extension. So that's what I'm going to do with it. And I don't know, I don't think I said this. It's Lion Brand Pound of Love in the color Succulent. These that I already showed, those are both in the Just Cotton, the stuff that you get at the Dollar Tree. 87 yards of skein, and the colors are exactly what they look like. But this color Succulent, oh, and it looks so good. I love this color. Love it. Like, if I could be this color, I would. Alright, moving on to the project pile. Making sure I didn't put anything anywhere else. Pillows! I don't know if you will remember. It is hot out here. My hair is getting in the way. I don't know if you guys will remember at all, if any of you will, but like when I started the channel and I started doing the mosaic stuff, so that would be early 2020 is when I began teaching mosaic. In those early talking videos, I talk about how I'm going to make stuff for my house, and then years went by and I didn't do it, and then I finally started. So it started with me doing the curtains that some of y'all seen in some of my videos back in 2022. Yeah, in 22. So this is the first pillow that I made. It's been shown in pictures for the pattern release because this particular pattern is not a tutorial on my channel because of its size. This height right here of this pillow, which you can see compared to me, that height is 1 repeat tall. And I believe this is 2 repeats wide, you know, across what y'all can see. But just it's 1 repeat tall right here tells you. My epic novel of a tutorial, I just didn't do it because that's what it would have been, another epic novel. And we don't need any more of those, right? Sometimes they just get way too long for YouTube, and this is the case with that. But I made another pillow for my couch. Set that right here. And then I have this one. Another pillow for my couch. You can tell I like to have different colors and different designs. I'm a designer, okay? Just trust me. It looks good. So, I did a different closure on this one to try it out, to kind of tell y'all like what I thought. Did a button closure this time. The only thing I would have done any different, because this is a well-used, well-loved pillow at this point. This is Flower Power. It just released for y'all, but I designed it a year ago, like during my hiatus time. I was still designing, but I was actually, for once, making things into projects, like actual full projects, instead of the swatches, and I was really focusing on crocheting just for me. You know, crocheting whole things, projects for myself. So, I've had this on the couch for quite some time, and it's held up fairly well, I would say. But right there, I probably should have made the side where the buttons are going in, which is this flap right here. I should have extended that a little bit more so that there was more to cover right along here, so that when it tries the gap just from normal, you know, getting worn, it wouldn't show the pillow on the inside. So that's the only thing I would do a little bit different this time around, is go ahead and make that a little bit thicker so it overlaps. Y'all, it's so hot out here. I just had to pause the video. Like, hot flashes plus actual hot. Oh, I think this is a terrible idea, but my dog won't stop barking on the inside of the house when I'm in there. I don't know. Anyway, if I try to do something, she just don't want to be quiet right now. So, next thing from the project pile is this right here, which is just, my one friend told me that it's, what's it called? What'd she say? Jacob's Ladder. That's what she said that this is. So what this is for me is just a regular double crochet with post stitches. I have it upside down, so let me. I'm like, that don't look right. Oh, does Courtney ever know what's going on? No, no, she sure don't. So that's the correct direction. Not that it matters really, but I got this. I wasn't designing anything. I knew that stuff like this existed. I was watching Young Sheldon, and I loved a blanket that was on the back of the dad's like armchair, like recliner in the TV room. And so I was inspired to do something similar for my husband, and that's this. So it's just all going at a slight angle, like everything. I don't know the correct words. We know this. I don't know stuff. Make videos anyway. It's all going at a diagonal. Is that the right word? Maybe it is. But it's all slanting to the side, and it all continues up and up and up. So that is this, and this is something I made just for the hubs. And then the last project I'm going to show in this video, I have another one out here, but I shouldn't have brought it out because it needs to be part of the sweater edition version of this talking videos. Man, I'm doing so good. And this is my apron I made. This is a real life apron. Works just like a real life apron. I did it last fall, so it was in kind of the fall autumnal colors that people talk about. Kind of reminds me Halloweeny, sort of. It's hot though, man. It's great in the winter. Let me tell you right now, it's a hot one. I think this is pattern 55 or 56. I should check this before I come. But the pattern will be linked down in the description. I should just say that. Whatever patterns I'm showing, I will link them in the order that they appeared. How about that? Any pattern that I show will be linked down there. Order that it appeared in the video. So it ties. Got my little ties right here. I love it. It is very handy to keep flour and stuff off of me. Only thing I wish I would have added is pockets, and the only thing I wish I would have done differently, well, there's two things, is up here at the top, I know you can see this kind of like lace work that I got going on, if you want to call it that. I was trying to bring this thing in more so that it didn't gap right here when I have it on and I'm actually wearing it. I think you can see that there's like a gap. Like here's me and here's the thing. Inches in between. So because of the way it rests on here, what I should have done differently is when I got to this part, the front bib of the apron, again, don't know if that's the right words, but when I got to this part, I should have started a slow decrease in my hook size. So I don't know if that'll make sense to anyone. If you do have questions on it, just ask me and I can, elaborate more. But the easiest way to change something that's in Mosaic and the set, counts that are needed, is to reduce or increase your hook size gradually. So like a quarter to a half hook size change, and you do like several rows, and then you change your hook size and go down or up, whatever you're trying to do. In my case, I should have about right here as I started getting to the bib part, I should have done like 2 rows in the same size hook as the rest of this, and then I should have started doing decreases, going down as, quarter to half hook size, and keep doing that as I went up, and that would have given me a shape more like this rather than, the square shape that I have, because I'm just like directly square up. So it's like a rectangle on the bottom to make it, the bottom part of the apron, and then a square, just crochet directly. I just literally came over from the edge, and like I was holding this up on my body, and I was like, where's the center, found the center, and then I'm holding it up on how much coverage I want, and I'm like, can be really messy and fling stuff, so I was like, full coverage. But then it does irritate me that it gaps, so I'm like, ugh. Other thing that I would change is I would do it in cotton. I have a mix of yarns here, most of it being some, what's it called, Lime Brand Mandala. Most of it being Lime Brand Mandala yarn, like especially this, it's from Chimera and a couple others, or Chimera, I guess I should say, like pronounce it correctly, Chimera. That's most of that up here, but then there is some other ones that I pulled colors out of as I was working. Don't remember which ones. I just had like scrap, chunks of different mandalas around, and so I just grabbed everything that I thought went good together, and I started fading them back in together. And then here at the bottom is a completely different type of yarn, but none of which, point being, none of these are cotton. Is it absorbent? No. It sure isn't absorbent. Does it protect my clothes and keep me from throwing flour all over myself or getting like dough on me or whatever I'm making? Yes, absolutely. It does that job. But if I splash on myself, basically, it just like, if I spill some water or whatever, it just like runs off the mat all over the floor. Only other thing I can think of that I would change, especially for those of you who do either crochet for sale or gifts or just want one for yourself, put a pocket, make a smaller, I guess like sample piece, make a little small square rectangle of the design, and then you can attach it and like line it up where it will look like it just blends right in. That's the other thing that I wish I had done, but I was out of all the yarn, and I actually could not find anything close enough to match where it would flow. It was going to look really not right if I didn't do that. So I scrapped that idea and just left mine without pockets. But I would like a pocket, especially if you're wearing this a lot, like if you're doing a lot of meal prep or something. A pocket would be nice to stick something down it, your phone or whatever. But I digress. So that's it for today. I'm going to do a separate video for my Mosaic sweaters. I have 3 total. One is completely finished. One is only a part, not finished, like not put together, for the whole sole purpose of being able to show it to y'all and explain it. I think it would be easier to see the construction technique, which is not anything new. Might be new to you, but it is not new. I didn't invent it or anything. It's a known construction technique. But in trying to share that and explain it, I thought it would be better to keep the project in a state where I can show you what it looks like when you're making it. So I'm going to do a separate video for my mosaic sweaters and talk about those. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video. And if you did, please leave me a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. I'd really, really love hearing from you guys and being able to talk to y'all. I definitely want to start going live more often. I couldn't for a long time. My internet wouldn't work, and they have finally figured out what our problem was, but it took them like over a year, and I can't tell you how many times the internet people were here, but I can tell you that it was so frequently that I stopped like going and answering the door because they always sent the same tech to come. You know, he knew the way here and everything, knows where everything is. So they always sent the same guy. So we were on a total first name basis, and I started just yelling, "Come on in!" when he let you get here. So that tells you anything at all whatsoever. We had them here a lot trying to figure this out. And it's finally figured out, I'm pretty sure. So it's just a matter of getting up the nerve to actually hit the go live button and hopping on here with y'all. I need to, and I need to do it soon, because this right here, oh, I got to get these tails in. And I know I don't like doing tails on anything ever. I mean, who does? Nobody's like, oh, I can't wait to get to the tails. But I know if I'm sitting here talking and have some company, I will be much more likely to stay on task and get these all taken care of, so that I can put the little finishing edge on this and be done and work on this one and hopefully have a third one. So I am going to try to get up some nerve and go live soon. So be on the lookout for that. I do also have some other exciting things coming up. Working on a collaboration with someone, so you'll be starting to hear about that pretty soon. And yeah, so that is it for today's episode. Hit me up in the comments. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I will see you again really soon. Bye for now.